Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife and welcome to Juneau, Alaska and Fairbanks, Alaska, because this is going to be a very unique video. In fact, in more than 9.5 years on YouTube, we've never made a video like this because I am traveling for work. I'm here in Juneau, and Sherri Beth is also traveling for work this week. She is going to Fairbanks. So we are going to bounce back and forth a little bit between Juneau and Fairbanks. So you can kind of see a little bit from both of us. I am checked in here to the hotel. Want to give you a bit of a room tour. I'm going to bring you guys along with me a little bit here in Juneau. But first, I'm going to send this back to Sherri, who's back home in Anchorage, packing for her trip.
Hello friends. Packing has commenced. I've sort of started and then I remembered I was going to vlog. So I'm going to show you what I've got so far and bring you along for the rest of it. Here's what I have so far. This is my carry-on. It's mostly packed. This will all fit in here, hopefully. That's the plan. I do have my second screen packed and my toiletry bag, hair towel, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I've gotten so far. I don't really have a lot to pack. I'm just there for 3 days and 3 nights, so there's not a lot to do, but I'm hoping that these few things will fit. All right, it all fit. My coat will go here, but I'm going to wear it to the airport in the morning because it's supposed to be cold. I've got all of this stuff in here. I do have these, which I need to use in the morning, and then those will also get packed right here. My backpack is fully packed as well, so I am ready to go.
Now that Sherri is packed in Anchorage and ready for her trip to Fairbanks, I'm going to give you a room tour of my hotel in Juneau. This is very strange. So I'm staying at the Baranoff Hotel. It is an iconic hotel in Juneau. Lots of our state's history has happened in this place. It has been a couple different hotel chains. It was a Westmark recently, and Best Western owns it now. It's part of the Best Western Signature Collection. I'll give you a tour of the public spaces and all of that a little bit later. My room is super basic. It's one of those hotels that was built years and years ago and has, well, you'll see here in a second. So when you first walk in, so this is the front door. When you first walk in, you have the bathroom over here. I actually kind of like the subway tile. Toilet, shower, little area there. I got all my toiletries already set out. And it has, of course, the shampoo, body wash, conditioner in there. And then in the room, we have, I just love the old school kind of glass doorknobs. It's very cool. Have my clothes hung up, does have a fan. Those are my hats up there. Got a suitcase there. Ooh, squeaky door. Got my shoes and boots for the trip. Here is my bed. It's a nice king size bed. You can see very, very basic. Dresser. I've already got my clothes put away in here. Of course, TV, little chair on that side, and little desk that I will be working from. One thing I do like though is they actually have Heritage coffee. Heritage is a Juneau-based coffee company. So it's the Juneau, Alaska Lodge Blend. That's decaf, so we won't be using that. My hope is that, there we go. That's got the caffeine we need. So, super basic. Honestly, it was a great price, which is what mattered the most. It's located right in downtown Juneau, which is where most of the events, presentations, work stuff that I'm doing is going to be. I'm here with Allison, who's one of my coworkers, and so that'll be a fun couple of days. Allison is here for 2 days, and then she's leaving a couple days early, and I'm going to stay here through Thursday. I have some additional meetings on Wednesday and Thursday. We're here. We're actually speaking at an anti-human trafficking event here, which is going to be great. And then a part of some other meetings. And then I have some meetings with legislators at the Capitol. You'll see all of that later. Well, you won't see the meetings, but you'll see the Capitol in other parts of Juneau. Well, hello friends. It is the next day. It's actually early. It's about probably 6:55 in the morning. My first meeting today is at 7:30, so I am up early. I've got everything ready to go, got my bag with me, and my first meeting is actually at the state capitol building, so I'm going to walk over there and bring you guys along and show you a little bit of the walk to the Capitol, and then maybe I'll show you around the building a little bit as well. And before I leave, I just want to show you the lobby of my hotel. How cool is this? See, we have like a little restaurant bar area down here. Again, I'm staying at the Baranoff Hotel. Just stepping out of the hotel. Amalga Distillery is right across the street. High Tide Tattoo is right there. It is a very peaceful morning in Juneau. I haven't seen anybody out yet. You can see a little bit of light in the morning sky. It is a little bit chilly this morning. It is in the upper teens, so 17, 18. It is supposed to warm up a little bit later, and this makes me happy. Check this out. I was just walking by. They still have their like Christmas window display up. And as I stop and look back down this street, you can see the color in the sky a little bit better down that way. And you can see I have arrived at the Alaska State Capitol building. So this building was actually started, or construction was started in 1931, which is interesting because that was 28 years before Alaska finally became a state in 1959. I think it was originally a federal and territorial like office building, and then converted into our state capitol building. And then right across the street from the Capitol building, we have this statue of William Henry Seward. Statue was erected in 2017 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of basically the purchase of Alaska from Russia. Seward's considered to be among the most important secretaries of state in the history of the United States. So that is right here across the street from the Capitol building. I'm going in for my meeting, and I will pick you guys up a little bit later and show you just a little bit around the Capitol. One of the things I love about our Capitol building is as you walk through, it really is like a museum. There's all sorts of pieces of state history throughout the building. You can see lots of marble. All right, my meeting is over. Now I'm on the governor's floor. You can see this is the lieutenant governors of Alaska. Here we have our territorial governors from before Alaska was a state. And then the Hall of Governors. There's the Senate floor for the Alaska State Senate right there. And again, just super beautiful artwork all around the Capitol building. But I think we're gonna go ahead and head out. Well, that was an encouraging morning meeting, and as I left, I grabbed the Alaska State Capitol Visitor Guide. I don't think I've ever looked at this in all my visits to the Capitol, so grabbed one of these. So, super successful morning. Great start to the day, but my day in Juneau still kind of getting started, even though I've already had my first meetings, kind of. But Sherri Beth is just getting settled in Fairbanks, and so let's check in, see how Sherri's doing.
Hello, friend. I just got to my hotel here at the Westmark Fairbanks for our meetings that we have all this week. I want to show you my room. So you walk in, immediately to your right is the sink. That's me. It does come with a toilet and a shower and a Sherri. It's always fun. This is the room itself. I got the Deluxe King, which is just what was assigned to me, and I am not mad about it. Typical kind of hotel room. I did walk through the lobby to get here. It's a nice hotel. I don't know if I've ever actually stayed in this hotel. I feel like maybe, but I'm not sure. But this is a nice hotel. It looks very comfortable. I will be working right there for a few hours today and other hours as needed while I am here. Okay, I am unpacked. Got my coat, my backpack, my suitcase, and my shoes. In this closet, I've got all of my toiletry stuff out and my slippers, because obviously. And then I'm only here for 3 days, so I didn't have a whole lot of clothes, but unpacked my clothes. And I've got my little workstation set up here. I am going to get some work done. I forget what Adam has said about why I'm here. I am here for meetings, for work. We've got meetings. This is Monday when I'm shooting this. We have meetings all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and then Thursday morning. And then I'm flying back to Anchorage. So pretty quick trip up here, but I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun to actually put some faces to some names of people that I've worked with for a couple of years now and haven't actually met. So I'm looking forward to the meetings. I think it'll be fun. This is something we've actually, Adam and I talked about too. I don't think that I have ever actually stayed in a hotel room by myself. So it's a new experience for me. I'm 43 years old and learning new things. So I think it'll be a fun experience. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the meetings we're going to be doing. Yeah, it'll be fun. I probably won't be bringing you guys along for much more than my room tour here because I will be in meetings. Okay, so I showed you my little work setup here. I do have my second screen because I do a lot on spreadsheets, and it just is so much easier to have two screens. One screen to actually work off of and one to get the data from or whatever it is I'm working on. I am also going to make myself a little cup of tea while I work. I had a tea in the airport and drink it on the plane, but that is gone now. So I'm gonna make some more. There are two kinds of tea in here. There's an Earl Grey and then a cozy chamomile. I think I'm gonna go for the Earl Grey. And I know that some of you are going to ask, I am still reading Onyx Storm. I know, it's taken me a while. I'm probably maybe halfway, not quite halfway through. Still enjoying it, but I read it a lot on, the entire flight. Some in the airport. I'm hoping to get a little bit more in later today. Still enjoying it. And if you have not read the Empyrean series, I think that you need to. It's dragons. What's not to love about dragons?
Well, I think we can all agree Sherri's hotel room is much, much nicer than mine. But my next stop is actually breakfast because it's only, it's still before 9 a.m. And there's a place right up here called the Rookery, which has one of my favorite breakfast meals in all of Juneau. Breakfast is done, and I was hoping to go to Rainy Retreat Books. They actually don't open until 10, so I will have to come back. This is one of Sherri's favorite bookstores. Look how beautiful downtown Juneau is. Such a cute little downtown. I think we're gonna walk that way toward the water. I'm out here at Marine Park, so here are a lot of the cruise ship docks. Obviously very different this time of year. You can see an absolutely gorgeous morning here in Juneau, Alaska. I don't know how it could be prettier. So in the summertime when a lot of you are here, there's some different like food vendors set up here, different things going on here. The Mount Roberts tram is right up over there. Let's go take a look at this totem pole. Also, lots of pigeons hanging out around me. I think they hope I have food, which I do not. So this is a part of the totem pole trail that goes here through the downtown Juneau area, kind of explaining the different parts of a totem. And this is a beautiful example. Absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? Let's walk down the dock a little bit. And this is actually one of my favorite statues in all of Juneau. This is Patsy Ann. There are children's books about Patsy Ann. And basically, before the days of ship schedules and the internet, when you would know when ships would come in, Patsy Ann was a local dog here in Juneau who had just this intuition about when ships would arrive and would run down here to the dock and greet every ship. So you knew there was a ship coming in when Patsy Ann made her way down to the dock. And you can even see on their little leash right there, it says Patsy Ann, Juneau. I love the story. In fact, if you're coming up here and you want like a unique Alaskan gift, maybe for some grandkids or nieces or nephews, and they're a little bit younger, check out one of the kids' books on Patsy Ann that you can get here in Juneau. And of course, all of the booths that different tour companies and excursion companies would be set up in. Obviously in the winter time, there is none of that going on right now. And this building right here is actually the library up top. Gorgeous views from up there. I do want to show you this mural. It's only a few years old here in Juneau. This is on the that library building that's like right across from the port. This is Elizabeth Petrovich, and she is, in our state's history, I'm going to argue maybe the most influential woman our state has ever had. She was one of the main voices in passing the Anti-Discrimination Act here in Alaska, which, interesting fact, was the first anti-discrimination act in the United States. And it was before Alaska was a state. It was when we were still a territory, which I think is pretty fascinating, and a hugely influential Native woman, a Tlingit woman, and just there are things all over Alaska. Even in Anchorage, we have Elizabeth Paratrovich Park, but it is a beautiful, beautiful mural. And then right next to it, we have another totem on the totem trail. So I've got to say that if you get to Juneau and you don't have like an excursion or things planned, just like take time and explore some of the culture here. You'll get off the ship here. There's lots of like gift shops and stuff down here. But if you go over this way, there's the Alaska State Museum, which is a great museum. There's just a lot of stuff within walking distance. You can even go do a tour of our state capitol building, which I walked from, and just take time and enjoy some of the beautiful culture here in Juneau. You can see we've got the famous Red Dog Saloon across the street. It is open year-round. It is not just a seasonal bar. It is maybe the most famous drinking establishment here in Juneau. But as you can see by the locks on the doors, a lot of the businesses down in this part of the city are seasonal. As we get up here a little bit more is where we start to see more of the year-round locally owned businesses. All right, my exploring must hit pause for now. Back to my next meeting. I actually really love these windows up here. They remind me of chicken faces, don't they? Like the circles of the eyes, little beak in the middle. I don't know why. Always makes me think of chickens. All right, friends, well, it is a few hours later, and I am done with work for the day. All meetings are finished. I came back to my hotel. I changed out of work clothes, just tossed on a t-shirt, different hat, and I'm gonna go do a little bit more exploring. I did realize that I never had lunch. Whoops, worked right through it. So I probably should eat before I go out and explore too much. And I think for lunch, I'm craving pizza. There's a pizza restaurant here called the Island Pub. It's right across the bridge in Douglas, Alaska, right across from Juneau. And it is like a top 3 pizza place in all of Alaska for me. It is so, so good. So I'm actually gonna go across to the Island Pub, have lunch, and then go out and enjoy a little bit more of the day. All right, I have arrived at the Island Pub here in Douglas. I'm gonna go inside to eat lunch, and I'll pick you guys up when I'm done. All right, lunch is over. It was amazing as always. I did like a build your own pizza kind of thing, and I had marinara sauce, their house cheese blend. What else did I have? I had, caramelized onions, Italian sausage. Their Italian sausage there is my favorite, and hot honey. It was amazing. I also only finished like half of it, so I have a snack for later, which is perfect. Now I am actually in North Douglas. So since I was already on this side of the bridge, I thought I would just drive a little bit to North Douglas area and just look at this. It is absolutely stunning how peaceful the water is here. You can actually see Mendenhall Glacier right back in there. The town of Juneau would be kind of down and around there. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna keep driving out here and see if we can make it to the end of the road. Okay, so I still have some daylight, so I think I'm gonna take advantage of it and do the Outer Point Loop Trail. I looked at it on All Trails. I think it looks pretty packed and easy, and I think it actually gets me down by the water. So let's check it out. Okay, so I actually just got in the woods. It is so peaceful. Literally not a noise, no road noise, no anything. Looks like they have a couple info signs here talking about the history of Outer Point. My gosh, I'm already so glad I'm doing this. Look at how amazing the lighting is on the trees just cutting through the forest. And the trail, even this winter, is actually really packed and in great shape. There's a little bit of like an incline going back up, but it's so simple. Oh, so this is interesting because it looks like this is all flooded. Is it? Oh yeah, it's frozen solid. It is just solid ice, but the question I have is where does the trail go? So it's obviously, trail comes down here, and then it's like, you hear like a woodpecker. So I think the trail must go this way. Also, look at that. Is that like that's like a tree frozen down there. This is so cool. All right, I'm going to assume, as I just kind of scooch across the ice, that the trail takes back up down here, because I think I see it kind of continuing over there. So we're gonna make our way down here. All right, look at that. Back on the trail. Got a little running water there. See what else we encounter on this little walk. Okay, so we have more frozen ice up here. And this looks a little... Trail continues there, so we're just gonna scooch on the edge of this. There we go. I really should have packed hiking boots or winter boots. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, looks like I'm going from kind of out in the open where there's more snow back into the woods. Look at this. Gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous. And I've only seen one other person out here on this trail. And yeah, look at how well maintained this is. I mean, they have even like posts. I will say, there have been several spots that I feel like would make this trail very hard in the summertime. Looks like a lot of mud and that kind of stuff. Ooh, let's try to not die on this ice, huh? And then it looks like this just opens up down here. Holy cow. I should have got my pizza to go and came down here, because look at this. Oh my gosh, I've got to go walk out on the beach. This is amazing. Like, this is so gorgeous. This was so simple. Let's try to get down to the water. And what's crazy is that it's clear that whenever there's like a really high tide, all of this fills in with water, because there are shells all here in these rocks. So the water is pretty far out. Not the easiest thing to walk on, but it's not too bad. This is absolutely amazing. I can't get over this. Just like the rocks covered with barnacles. Saw a bunch of clamshells out there. My shoes are for sure going to be super muddy and in need of a good wash, but that's okay. Oh, wait a second. That looks like a crab shell. Yep, look at that. It's the top of a crab. Just right there on the beach. Got mussels right there. Clamshell right there. Well, I made it to the water. It's so peaceful. There are tons of birds up over here. Just look at this. And then I didn't even notice it, but there are houses over there. I don't know if they're like rentals or what, but can you imagine this being your view? You know what's super crazy is that I started my day at 7:30 a.m. with meetings at our state capitol building. I've been in meetings most of the day. I just had lunch at a pizza restaurant up the street, and then like in minutes you can be in a place like this where you can't hear anything but the water and the birds. Man, this is therapeutic. It's not therapy, because I actually very much believe in actual therapy. But you know, my team and I talk a lot about this, that with the work that we do, it's always hard. Like almost every conversation we have is hard. I mean, it's about trafficking stuff, right? It's about exploitation. It's just very heavy stuff. And the importance of taking time in the middle of that work just to like stop and breathe and listen and just do this and just be, and to get out and to explore. Yeah, I needed this today. I can't. I don't even have words. All right, I think I'm gonna start my journey back. Got a float plane flying over my head. I think I'm gonna start my journey back to the trail and to the car. But I'm so glad I did this. All right, saying goodbye and heading back into the woods. Walking this way, you get that amazing view of the mountains. I actually didn't even see that on my walk in because my back was to them. That's awesome. All right, so maybe I'm a huge nerd and nobody else cares about this kind of stuff. Or maybe I'm a huge nerd and other people do care about it. Either way, I'm a huge nerd and I'm fascinated by this. You can see this huge tree toppled over, hanging up by the other ones. But look at the root system of this. Like, the roots are just so shallow. It was almost like that was just set on the ground. That's crazy. All right, enough nerding out about root systems. Back to the trail. Just like that, I am done with Outer Point Loop Trail. Super easy, but man, what a payoff. Well, as I mentioned, I'm glad I did that. It was a ton of fun. Always nice to get out and get some fresh air. And the water to me is so relaxing, so healing, so peaceful. In fact, I don't think there's any, I'm trying to think about this. I think it's true. I don't think there's any place I am as relaxed as when I'm by the water. Whether that is a cruise ship, whether that is a river, a lake, the ocean, water to me is just it's very grounding, it's very calming. And so that was amazing. But friends, I think that is where I'm gonna end this vlog. You guys will have one more coming from Juneau. Update on Sherri. I have talked to her. She is in her meetings in Fairbanks, obviously, and they are going well. So yeah, all is well in Juneau. All is well in Fairbanks. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I cannot wait to show you more of Juneau on the next vlog, because in the next video, I'm gonna be doing some of my very, very favorite things here in Juneau, Alaska. All right, friends, I love you. See you on the next video. Bye.